Well, looking back over our year here at the Twyla Studios, we've covered just about everything in our Ag Minute segments. But if I had to put my finger on one central theme this year, it would have to be booze. Kristen Oaks now joins us with the final installment for 2012 of the Ag Minute. And Kristen, we've had vodka made of rice, rum made from sugarcane, but I don't think anything tops your trip to Virginia, where you profiled one of the nation's first legal moonshiners.
You know what, they were all interesting. My grandmother, who's a Southern Baptist, was not very happy with any of those stories. So Mama, I'm sorry for the lush year that was 2012. But the truth is, you really can't overlook the impact of agriculture on the liquor industry. And of all those spirited stories, which was my favorite, well, I don't think anyone will argue or forget the one-of-a-kind Virginia Moonshine Man.
Like a fine wine, Chuck Miller says good whiskey, well, it just takes time. 4 years, in fact, to get the perfect potion for his copper kettle whiskey.
This is our Virginia whiskey. It's more like a bourbon. Yeah, it's a lot like Jack, but it's a lot better.
And just like his moonshine, Miller uses his grandfather's special recipe with his original copper kettle, hence the whiskey's name.
So is this a trial and error recipe?
Oh no, this works.
Copper Kettle is a rich, triple grain, double wood, twice distilled brew. The whiskey is made from a mash of corn, wheat, and barley, all grown right here on the farm.
Yeah, everything is local here. We make everything comes right from this area. Let's raise our own corn. And this product here is actually corn, wheat, and barley. We use 3 grains for this one.
So what makes this whiskey so darn good? He says the secret is in the wood.
Instead of putting the whiskey in the barrel, we put the barrel in the whiskey.
Miller uses wood from apple and oak trees here at Belmont Farms to give his whiskey a rich color and a distinct flavor.
Now we got a special way to do this. This is an apple tree. We cut that apple tree up and toast it, see? And then we take this and we soak them in here, just like that.
After it develops a deep brown color, the whiskey goes into an oak barrel where the aging process begins.
You want the whiskey to be exposed to weather, kind of like, because when whiskey gets warm, see, it gets hot and it'll expand, and it's not like water. It changes volume with temperature a lot. You know, on a hot day, it'll push as hard into the oak, and it'll start even push through the cracks sometimes. Well, there's one that pushed a lot. But then on a cold day like today, it shrinks back up and comes out of the wood. So when you got hot, cold, it goes in the wood, out of the wood. That's what helps it age.
400 years ago, the Virginia colonists first made whiskey on the banks of the Jamestown River. And Miller says making whiskey is just a part of American history he wants to preserve.
The colonials down there had the technology, and the Indians had the corn. And it's had a heck of a life ever since, but we've been making it in Virginia now for 400 years. So I'm just kind of carrying on a little bit of American heritage, a little bit of Virginia tradition, you know.
And thank you again to Chuck Miller and the Stillhouse Distillery for helping us with that story. If you want to find out more about Chuck Miller's Copper Kettle Whiskey or his original moonshine, just head on over to our website at twylatv.org. Now for this year's final Twyla Trivia. Last week our question was, which popular rum drink is served in a conch shell? And the answer is B, the rum sour. For the last trivia of the year, about what percentage of U.S. farms are family-owned operations? Is it A, 60%, B, 75%, or C, 90%? If you think you know the answer, well, all you need to do is head on over to our website, twylatv.org, choose the correct answer, and we'll send one winner a copy of Holly Clegg's newest Kitchen 101 cookbook with a great recipe this week, I'm sure, coming up.
We're going to see it in a minute, and I have to tell you, it looks like your trend in covering liquor will continue, because when we come back for our first new broadcast of 2013, we're going to be doing our show from the Jack Daniel's Distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Kristen Oaks, thanks.